Let's head over to Mozambique now. The 6 islands of the Bazaruto archipelago are the place to view giant manta rays, a spectacular underwater sight. But like many other species, their body parts are highly sought after for traditional Chinese medicine, putting pressure on their population. Is there any chance of saving them, NT?
Yes, there is a chance of saving them. The Marine Megafauna Foundation has been monitoring manta rays and other wildlife for years. But science alone won't turn the tide, so researchers have teamed up with the National Park Rangers to protect the marine animals. Let's take a look.
Everyone must be absolutely silent. Andrea Marshall and her team are looking for a large sea creature, the dugong.
Andrea!
The dugong is extremely shy and can easily outswim the humans.
This park is so incredibly important for megafauna species, especially threatened ones like manta rays and dugongs. This really is the last habitat left in Africa for dugongs. This is the last viable population of dugongs that we have along this coastline.
The marine biologist and her team have been doing research in the Bazaruto archipelago for 13 years. Even though it's a protected area, fish stocks have been dwindling. Tomasz Manasseh was born on the main island. He supervises 23 rangers for the national park. They go on patrols, collect data, and provide information.
The communities outside the national park have no spaces where the fish can reproduce. As fish stocks decline, the pressure grows. That leads to ever greater conflicts with the fishermen from the mainland. They even encroach on the totally protected areas to go fishing.
But what alternatives do the fishermen have for their livelihoods?
This is a really, really important area for the beauty, for the heritage of not
Maybe
just
tourism.
the heritage of Africa.
Andrea Marshall and her team have invited 10 park rangers and their new superior to take part in training.
It's such an exciting day for me. We've been anticipating doing an event like this for government, for a national park for a very long time. For me, being a researcher out here in Mozambique, I've been stuck for many years. I've been trying to find out how to work better with government, how to help try and build capacity more. They think is most important.
On a map, they mark exactly where they've seen what animal species and compare the sightings with the researchers' data.
This course is very important. If we manage to work together well on the first phase, we'll be able to negotiate a second and a third. We'll learn how to go diving ourselves to show the tourists the fish and other things.
Many of them have to learn how to swim. The park director goes first.
I'm so glad I'm finally learning to swim. I've wanted to do this all my life. I'm just hoping it all goes well.
The intensive course lasts 5 days. Those who already know how to swim learn snorkeling and diving. By the end of the course, almost everyone here will be able to swim in the open ocean. Andrea Marshall depends on their help. After every dive, she evaluates her shots. Each manta ray has its distinguishing marks. She also works with genetic samples for what may be the world's most comprehensive manta ray data bank.
Mozambique is making sort of somewhere in the vicinity of $7 to $8 million a year off manta ray tourism, manta ray diving tourism, and I feel that that definitely can be an incentive for government to say, listen, this animal is worth a lot more alive than it is dead.
Even so, Mozambique has yet to place the manta ray on its list of protected species.
Nigeria's population is estimated at about 180 million and still counting. And obviously, all of these people will need a roof over their heads. Nigeria for now has a housing deficit of over 18 million. Many houses that have been built, and indeed are expensive and usually not environmentally friendly. But one man believes that houses can be built in a cost-effective way and still be environmentally friendly.
Nigerian Oladimeji Olowu and his wife are proud of their new home. It is one of the first houses in Nigeria made almost entirely from shipping containers. This building, sited in Lagos, one of the largest cities in the country, looks quite ordinary. But these nearly finished houses are anything but ordinary. For Oladimeji Olowu, it was a good opportunity to acquire a solidly constructed and comfortable home.
In Nigeria, there's a lot of application actually of containers, but it's mostly for offices or for shops or temporary living quarters by construction companies or in the oil sector. So my question is, we don't have a shortage of shops in Nigeria or a shortage of, the shortage that we have is housing, particularly housing for lower income.
The containers provide the basic structure of the house. Each container can be outfitted with custom features depending on the owner's budget. The interior paneling is made from discarded packaging material, and that makes these homes both environmentally friendly and very affordable. A 4-bedroom duplex like this one costs about 17 million naira, which is about 40,000 euros. Olowu is particularly proud of the solar power system. It supplies energy at no extra cost, making him independent of the public grid. But there are other environmentally friendly features too.
We're still continuing with that theme of having the house well ventilated. The windows are large, they are low, and when air comes in, it can go easily through the sliding door and then out through the window. So that way, very little need of the installed air conditioning and the fan. So whether it's dry season or rainy season, the house will be appropriately cooled.
There's a serious housing shortage in Nigeria. Over 100,000 homes are constructed every year, but that still fails to meet the demand. Experts say that the country needs to build about 700,000 homes a year to alleviate the housing shortage within the next decade. Upcycling containers offers one sustainable solution, and with the help of architects, the exterior and interior can be designed according to the client's needs.
The clients require some things about building a house that reduces the cost of maintenance, like cost of electricity, having to no need to put in so much air conditioning or lights in during the day. So we have to emphasize that in the design, making use of windows that are much larger, doors that are larger, so that it brings in more lights during the day. You don't have to switch on your bulbs, and it brings in air as well, so you have a very good experience.
Recycling containers, by reducing them to molten metal, is an expensive process. Upcycling them as a building material saves money, reduces the housing deficit, and is more environmentally friendly. And for many, it is a quick and affordable way into a new home.